Hey Sal's fans, welcome to another episode of, we don't have an episode, but Talking to Sal and Matt. Today is all about tomatoes and tomato sauce. I've been feverishly doing research on the different types of tomatoes available. Obviously the goal is to provide, trying to make the most authentic New York style pizza in California, which I don't even think we're there yet. I think our pizza's amazing. I think it's close, but I don't think it's there yet. So I've been researching, online, talking to Sal and Matt, trying to learn as much as I can about all the ingredients that go into making pizza, and why can't we make a pizza that's just like New York pizza? And I think we can. And so today we're going to talk all about different tomato sauce and tomatoes, which is like one of the most important ingredients when you make pizza. And so Sal and Matt have 50 years of food distribution experience. We're going to talk to them about the different sauces and tomatoes that are used throughout California and all over the country at different pizzerias. So Sal, Matt, all right, thanks for being here. So what we have here today is we have actually 4 different types of pizza sauce and tomatoes. And Sal, Matt, you can correct me if I'm wrong because I don't know anything. So right here we have
a ground tomato.
It's
packed in puree.
So that means it's you buy it from the manufacturer.
Basically, it's the same tomato as any of these.
Already ground up.
They grind it and they add puree to it.
Add puree,
That's what gives that consistency.
A thicker. Okay, right, yeah. And so most pizzerias will use this as a pizza.
Most pizzerias use that and pizza sauce.
And pizza sauce.
Which is another. It's a lot. The texture's a lot thicker than this.
Thicker.
So it requires more water, and that's where you lose your flavor.
Right. So when making a pizza sauce, you would dump this in a bunch of cans, and then you cut it with water, so it's not so as heavy and thick.
Exactly.
Right. But you start to lose the flavor. The more water you add, the less tomato flavor you have.
Okay. So our pizza currently has this type of sauce, a ground tomato, right?
Yes.
Okay. Cool.
Well, no.
Well, not all our pizzas.
Not all.
Not all pizzas. Right.
Not the grandma pizza.
Right. So now next we have here, which is the whole tomato.
These are all whole tomatoes in juice, just from different regions.
Right. So they're picking them out of wherever the ground.
Right.
They're putting them in a can with some tomato juice, right? But they're whole tomatoes.
Yes.
They're not ground up.
Correct.
Right?
Correct.
Okay.
As you can see that.
Right, so this one is a tomato that is grown in California.
This is the one we're currently using at Sal's right now for the grandma sauce.
Right, for the grandma sauce. So we actually open the can up. It's whole tomatoes.
Yes.
We grind each can to make our sauce. Put all our ingredients, all your special stuff, and put it in there.
Now,
So then I heard about you hear about these
San Marzano.
San Marzano. San Marzano is a town in Italy, and apparently it's all everyone considers those to be the best tomatoes in the world.
Right.
And it's a town in San Marzano. Apparently there's a volcano by it, and the volcano has some ash, which makes the soil very rich, which makes the tomatoes amazing. It's very small. They don't mass produce them, right? It's
Correct.
They
Very small farm.
the small farm, they make as much as they make, and if you get them, great, you don't, right? So I said, let's get them. Let's get these tomatoes because I want to taste what they, see if they really are. So we got them actually from Italy, and they're here. So that's that. And then Matt brought this is another
This
tomato.
is an organic tomato that's made by a company that's in the same region as this one.
Okay, California.
Okay. And
So this is organic.
this is
not
organic. This is not organic.
Okay.
This is organic,
Okay.
which is why they're so much more expensive than this.
Okay.
But their claim to fame is that their tomatoes are as good as the San Marzano tomatoes.
Okay, got it.
So what we're doing here today is we're tasting
With different.
organic,
Got it. Yep.
domestic,
Yep.
regular,
Yeah.
domestic,
Yeah.
San Marzano
Yeah.
from Italy.
Yeah. And then also for context, when I bought these, because I bought them online, the San Marzano from Italy tomatoes are about 5 times five times more expensive than buying a tomato in California.
Right.
So
Exactly.
look, if it's amazing, it's something to consider, right? And then we could have a special pizza for it, or we haven't figured out. But so we're gonna taste all the different ones just to get an idea of what the different ones taste like. So first we'll do a little.
Before we taste them, let's do a visual inspection.
Okay.
Okay. I think, in my opinion, the
San Marzano.
The San Marzano,
From Italy, yep.
right? The juice, let's call it,
Yeah.
is a little bit thicker, which is a good thing.
Right.
So you look at the consistency of that.
Yep.
But I think that's what that gives you the acid also.
Right. Well, we'll get to that. First,
Yeah.
we're doing a visual. So
Right.
this you could see.
The California
The
whole
California
tomato
whole
has a very watery juice to it.
Correct, as
Right.
well as the organic.
The organic California has
Correct.
watery juice as well.
Whereas the one from
this
San
got a lot-
Marzano
you
It's
think
a
it's
little
got
bit,
a little bit
liquor
thicker.
Now, where does the juice come from?
From the tomato.
It just comes from it's
From the
seeped from a
tomato.
tomato.
This is from the juice from the tomato.
Right.
And this the air puree to it.
You think so? You think there's a little
Oh,
puree?
yeah, there's. You see it.
Okay.
So they're adding puree into that then, just to
just like this.
for the flavor.
They put in a little puree. Not as
Right.
much as this, but
Right.
they put in a little puree. Because you can see it on this one.
Okay. Okay.
All right. So visually, I would say the juice looks better in this one.
On the
It's
one
got a
from
little-
Italy.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Color, I would say this has the best color. I'd say these are the most red.
Yeah.
Where if you look at some of the San Marzano, if you look at the end, you see it's got a little bit yellow, a little bit green.
Yeah. Sure.
And for San Marzano, that's pretty rare. That
Okay.
usually doesn't happen.
Okay.
Usually they come like this.
And I'm looking at the same thing here in this
They
organic.
usually come like this.
Yeah.
Because they're very selective. In Italy, they're very selective when they pick them. But this guy must have slipped by.
Well,
That guy's fired.
same as this. You
Yeah.
know, a little yellow,
Got it.
little premature.
Yeah.
Whereas this, we know this company, we've been doing this business with this company for 30, 40
Yeah.
years.
Yeah. No, great color.
And
Yeah, they look
super
nice.
selective.
Yeah.
Although it does look like this one slipped by as well.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
they didn't peel it good.
They
Yeah.
didn't peel it good.
Yeah, yeah.
But these guys have a
Yeah.
selective process that's second to none.
Yeah.
If it's not a number one, if it's not a choice, it doesn't make the
Got
can.
it,
It'll,
yeah.
it'll get
Yeah.
kicked out.
Yeah.
And
They'll use it for pizza sauce.
Yeah, that's
So
why
yeah,
I think
they'll grind it
that's
up
why
and
I think
something
our
else.
grandma sauce is like the best
Yeah.
sauce, which is what we're gonna eventually use on our pizza.
Right.
So this is a very dark. It's like
Yeah,
a darker
'Cause,
look.
yeah,
to
the
it.
more puree and paste you have, the darker
the
it's going to
darker
get.
it gets. Got it.
Right.
Okay.
So I say
So
visually,
what there is also is that on this particular tomato, this one here, is a choice tomato. This is a choice. Over here, they'll put any tomato.
What does choice tomato mean? What does that mean?
number one.
Number one stuff.
Number one.
What
the
is it?
best. It's not. It's not.
First,
Don't look
when they have a plant and they pick them,
Yeah.
they don't pick the ones that are not number one.
Like
They won't-
this.
Yeah, they won't put that in there.
This
Okay.
one. This wouldn't
So
make
what
the
they
cut.
do with that is they put it separate and then they grind it up and put it into this.
So the ones that are not number one, they use
That's
in the
where they
puree.
go.
The
Yeah.
number one,
And
they
that's
use
why,
in the whole.
And that's why this is cheaper.
Right.
And the taste is naturally different.
Got it.
And so they add the puree to camouflage it.
Yes.
And then make it more consistent and
Yes.
so on.
Yeah, okay.
But this is a selected tomato.
Yeah.
I mean, this company will not pack any tomato if
That's
it's
not a
if
number
it's
one.
not number one.
Yeah.
So again, visually, I say the tomatoes look the best in that one.
Yeah.
The juice, the puree, whatever you
Right.
want to call it, I say this one's a little bit more appealing. So let's taste some.
And so you've said that because when I told you I'm getting these from Italy, they're coming from Italy. You're like you're not gonna like them because you said they're like acidy, more acid.
All the tomatoes,
Little more tart.
All the plum tomatoes that come from Europe, which is Spain, Greece, and Italy, they tend to have more acidity in them. Maybe it's the terrain that is doing it, but it does have more acidity in it. And we'll taste it and tell you that.
Yeah, and so I would say most people, especially in California,
Yeah.
no one's buying this and putting it in their most
No.
likely right in California. So it would be a foreign taste to a lot of people here. They'd be like, "What is that?" Even though it's from Italy, right?
Right.
And you know,
The original owner of this company, his name is Nick Orlando. He went to San Marzano. He took the seeds and brought it to Gilroy, California. This is about 50 years ago, and he started making this type of tomato in Gilroy.
he tried to like duplicate it.
Yeah, with the seed. All right, and it was good. All right, but since then he's retired. His name is Nick Orlando. He really knows his business.
He knows his business.
Yeah,
Okay.
he really knows his business. So to me, still this is the best one.
All right, so let's taste a little bit,
Of everything.
of everything, right? So we have the pizza sauce here with California tomato, whole tomato here. We have the San Marzano whole tomato from Italy, and then the organic whole tomato. We're going to do a taste test on all. So we're going to do pizza sauce first. Everyone get a little pizza sauce. Let's taste that. So very generic, right? Very.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
it's good.
Right, yeah.
It's good.
Nothing wrong with it for what it is.
Pizza sauce in puree. Yeah, I mean, it's got a good flavor.
Yeah.
You know, I think it tastes good, right?
Yeah.
But I taste the puree right in there because it's like a thicker
A thicker,
thicker
yeah,
sauce,
exactly.
right? Okay. So then let's go with the Altocaccino. We probably know what this tastes like because we use it
Right.
on all of our grandma pizza. This one, yeah. I mean, fresh. It's really
Sweeter.
sweet, definitely sweeter. Yeah.
They call this a fresh pack.
A fresh pack? What does that mean?
Not sure. That's
Yeah.
just
Oh,
labeled.
Yeah.
On the label it says fresh.
I love that. I mean, because well, grandma's my favorite pizza. So, but I mean, the taste of that is phenomenal. So,
Yeah.
I like that. All right, here we go. Italy,
San Marzano.
San Marzano, Italy.
Right off the bat, you taste the acidity. Really bad.
He doesn't
Really?
like it.
Yeah.
Really bad. Right?
Wow.
Can't compare it to that.
Wow. You know,
Difference in night and day.
it's like almost bland.
Bland.
It's a blander flavor.
And it burns your throat.
It doesn't burn it burns your
It
throat.
burns my throat, yeah.
It's a blander flavor. Wow. If I did a blind taste test, I would pick this every day of the week.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, why doesn't it have like what
I think it's the terrain.
the terrain?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
they-
I mean-
everybody claims that the best tomatoes come from Italy. This guy Nick Orlando, he told me many times. I know the guy, probably 60 years. I know him. He says there's nothing like California tomato.
Listen to
No
Nick
way.
Orlando.
Yeah. Look him up.
That's a great name, by the way.
Yeah.
Okay, so then we're gonna do the organic California tomato. All right, let's try that.
Still better taste than this.
Better than this, but I still say that's sweeter.
That's good.
This is
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, it's better than
That's
this.
good. That's closer to this one. The
But
whole
they come from the same region.
same
Northern
in
California.
In Northern
Northern
California.
California.
Yeah, Northern California.
Northern California's got the best.
That's good. That's
yeah.
really good. That's I would say, yeah, between those two, that's super close.
Yeah.
So when we, most pizzerias, as you guys know, because they've been distributing
Since
food
1951.
1951, right? So they sell all these stuff to pizzerias, right? So they know all about what pizzerias are using, and so would you say what out of all these, what do most pizzerias use?
In New York, the majority of the pizza places that we served, and that was from New York, Connecticut, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, all the way down to Florida, customers that we had in the East Coast, majority use this.
This one, okay. And then California,
In California, mostly use that.
like a puree kind of thing.
A heavier sauce.
A heavier
Heavy
sauce,
sauce,
yeah.
Because they cut it down with water.
Right, yeah.
They get more for their dollar.
Yeah, right.
Over here, you can't add no water to this.
Right.
As you can see,
It's all tomato.
It's all tomato,
Right.
and the juice is very light.
Right.
So
Yeah, and so that's why we use, we use this for our grandma pizza, we use this for a lot of our pizzas, we use this for some of our pizzas, but, after this and especially...
all our New York style pizzas, we've been using this, but we're
Right.
thinking of changing it to this.
Right, because it just has a better flavor. I like the sauce better. Like it's more work because you gotta grind up, all the
Yeah.
because this already comes ground, so you have the labor to grind it all. And also, since you cut this with water, you can yield more than you can this,
Right.
so it is more expensive.
In
but-
the long run, this
but-
is going to cost you more money between labor
Yeah.
and raw material.
Right.
It's going
Right.
to cost you double.
Yeah, but by far, for me, the flavors, there's no comparison between the two. But I'm surprised that I thought the tomato from Italy, I thought
Yeah.
I was gonna be
I knew
amazing.
that all along.
Yeah.
That all the tomatoes that come from Greece, Spain, and Italy.
Yeah.
That's where they are.
Yeah. Now, again, this is not with any ingredients. These are just out
Just
of
out of the can.
Out of the can. Didn't
Raw.
add any spices to it or anything like that. Do you think? So I wonder what a pizza would taste like with these, right? I mean, we know these two already, but do you think what do you think that would taste like with your
You might
spices
have,
and
you might
stuff?
have to throw more sugar in it.
Yeah,
just to
kill the
bring it up
acid.
to that.
Okay.
Add more what I would do is add more sugar to this.
Yeah.
So get that
That's it.
acidity, taste that.
Get it
The
out.
tartness.
So then when you put it in your mouth, it doesn't
Yeah.
burn your throat.
Yeah.
That's what.
Yeah.
And I think that's what everybody does.
Yeah.
They put the sugar to it.
But
Yeah.
you're better off not. You're
Yeah.
better off having the sweeter tomato without adding the sugar.
Right.
When people grow homegrown tomatoes in the backyard, you see the tomato off the vine from home, and then you go buy the same tomato, even if it looks the same in color, okay, it tastes completely different. So that's what this is. It's a choice tomato.
Yeah.
Great. Okay. Well, that's it. I think we've talked as much of the tomatoes as we can.
Yeah.
Next, we're gonna do cheese. We'll do some cheese. We'll do some cheese talk. Then we'll do some crust talk because those are the three main ingredients.
That's it.
And then there's
That's
fun,
it, yeah.
and then I guess it's how much you put in, what you put in.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
it's,
you-
all,
yeah, you can
it's what
camouflage.
makes the pizza so great. So anyway, thanks for watching our
Thank you.
tomato sauce video.